Perimenopausal anxiety often arrives as a distinct physical activation, a persistent hum of panic that exists independently of external stress or life circumstances. Clinical data indicates that up to 51% of women develop new or worsening anxiety during the transition into menopause. This mood disturbance frequently surfaces as a primary symptom, appearing months or years before classic vasomotor signs like hot flashes. Current diagnostic models attribute this shift to estrogen withdrawing from the central nervous system. However, looking exclusively at the brain overlooks a critical origin point of the symptom, the gastrointestinal tract. The human microbiome functions as an ectopic brain, actively producing the neurotransmitters that coordinate our neurological state. While traditional psychiatry views anxiety as a top-down psychiatric issue, an emerging neuroendocrine model maps it as a bottom-up gastrointestinal disorder. This internal ecosystem is sensitive to hormonal flux. As estrogen levels fluctuate, the microbial environment destabilizes. Because standard treatments rarely address this shift in gut health, residual anxiety can persist even after a patient begins hormone replacement therapy. Restoring mood stability during perimenopause involves managing two distinct systems, the hormonal deficit and the bacterial instability that follows it. To fully understand how these complex systems interact, we must trace the direct physical pathway linking digestion to panic. The gut and brain are tethered by the vagus nerve, a biological cable linking the enteric nervous system to the brainstem. This nerve ferries chemical signals from gut microbes upward, bypassing conscious thought to influence the brain in real time. In a healthy state, these signals are stabilizing. They maintain a calm baseline nervous system response. However, when gut bacteria shift, they produce compounds that the brain interprets as markers of threat. This turns the vagal pathway into an alarm system, triggering a physical anxiety that cannot be rationalized away. This internal shift is driven by the fact that estrogen receptors line the entire human gastrointestinal tract. As systemic estrogen naturally drops during this transition, it can literally starve the microbiome of the vital support it needs to thrive. Beneficial populations like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium drop, leading to a state of gut dysbiosis. This imbalance impairs the integrity of the intestinal barrier. As the barrier weakens, systemic inflammation increases. Consequently, perimenopausal anxiety emerges as a secondary symptom of a physically destabilized gut lining. This biological instability disrupts the manufacture of mood-regulating chemicals, given that 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut mucosa. To synthesize serotonin, the body requires a steady supply of an amino acid called tryptophan. A balanced microbiome protects the supply, ensuring tryptophan is available for serotonin synthesis. Dysbiosis redirects this metabolic stream down the kynurenine pathway, a degradation route that consumes the body's tryptophan. This diversion depletes serotonin availability throughout the body. Simultaneously, the byproducts of this pathway activate neuroimmune responses in the brain, heightening the anxiety response. Without estrogen to support these specific microbes, the body loses its primary manufacturing plant for mood-stabilizing chemicals. Resolving this neurochemical failure requires interventions that target the microbiome. Adaptogens like ashwagandha can help downregulate a sensitized HPA axis, providing immediate support to the body's stress response system. At the same time, specific probiotic strains like L. rhamnosus and B. longum help repopulate the gut environment to restore neurotransmitter production. Consistency is essential, as clinical protocols typically require daily use for 8 to 12 weeks to achieve measurable microbial shifts. These strategies rebuild the biological infrastructure needed for natural emotional regulation. Clinical proof for this approach comes from a 2025 systematic review and meta-analysis published in the journal Healthcare. The study synthesized randomized controlled trials specifically involving women during key hormonal transitions. The results showed a statistically significant reduction in anxiety symptoms for those receiving gut-targeted interventions. The analysis demonstrated a standardized mean difference of -0.997 with a p-value of 0.004. An effect size of nearly -1 establishes these protocols as efficacious primary clinical therapies. Comparing these interventions highlight their different biological targets. While hormone therapy addresses the underlying hormonal cause, it does not always resolve established gut dysbiosis. SSRIs provide relief, but often involve high side effect profiles and dependency risks. Targeted protocols, like Botavive's formulation, provide a complementary pathway by repairing the microbial layer without pharmaceutical dependency. Addressing the entire gut-brain axis allows for a more comprehensive approach to perimenopause, giving women evidence-based control over their changing biology.